How are you?
I'm doing absolutely fine. And you? How was your weekend?
It was perfect. Saturday, bit rainy. Sunday, beautiful sunshine. Spent the day outdoors doing like an outdoor barbecue at a campground. Yeah, the boys were trying to catch fish. Didn't work. Catch no fish. Yeah, classical
Why?
Saturday and Sunday.
Why did I ask the guy living on Mallorca asking about the weekend and the weather?
Well, you always do
Sorry.
this. You always do this. But no, it was. How was yours? How was the weather in Hamburg?
Well, gray, to be honest.
Great.
There are different colors of gray. It was light gray, so to say, but it was okay actually. Dry,
Okay.
good food, good dinner. This
Ah,
is then also sometimes super important. And
what did
typical
you
German
make?
one, Rouladen.
Ah,
It's now,
Rouladen.
yeah,
Nice. I
mhm,
love that. Amazing. There you go.
yeah,
I made
absolutely.
a whole chicken on Saturday, and
Nice.
then of course, grilling on Sunday. Some typical Spanish cuts,
Oh,
entraña. It's something you don't actually get in Germany. At least I've never seen it. It's a very long, like this thick,
yeah.
very long piece of meat. Has silver skin on both sides that you got to take off. Super nice from the flavor. It's part of the Zwerchfell. I don't actually
Mm.
know what the English word for that is. English, let me see. Decay? No. Diaphragm. It's part of the diaphragm. But it's not
That's
intestine, which is quite interesting. It's not like liver or something crazy. A Kronfleisch. Um, yeah, that's really good on the grill.
interesting. So, what would be a German cut then?
I really
Cornflakes,
don't
so
know. I don't know.
skirt steak.
Kronfleisch. Yeah, but I think the skirt steak in Germany is more like the flat top on
Ah,
the flat top on the rib cage, right? The
yeah.
Kronfleisch is similar to Floquette, and Floquette is the actual Zwerchfell, which is
Yeah,
quite
okay, okay.
interesting. Yeah, but it's like all there. But I've never seen it in Germany. You get it here everywhere. It's rather cheap, but the taste, like even the Floquette, I
Mm.
think more tender than filet and so much better taste. So maybe go
Um,
ask your butcher if they can get it.
well, I just did some perplexity stuff while we speak, and it
Okay.
says in Germany it's the standard soup meat.
Soup meat.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that it's not necessarily cut. This is quite interesting. So there are several things that are coming, or that is internationally when you see there are different cuts that we use in a different way.
Yeah.
Um, Quite really interesting.
Yeah,
It's
I've
also
never
the
seen it in
flattened.
Germany, and I put some cilantro on it. You put it in some soy sauce for a couple of hours, and then you literally just grill it. It's super soft. It's got great
Interesting.
taste to it,
Gotta
and
gotta
here
gotta
it's like
Google it.
$15 on the kilo, which is amazing.
Well, this is a thing. Then next time I'll be with you. We should
Yes.
we should give that a try. So, but one thing is like the classic brisket. It's even in Germany you don't get flat and point together. Usually,
Yeah,
it's
it's
that
true.
you have them disconnected. That's quite interesting, and it's one of those three top um, barbecue things. So that therefore that's how
Well,
different that
brisket
all
I would
is.
always smoke, right? Like,
Sure, sure.
yeah. Otherwise, it's like more like a roast, right? You
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
have that done for like hours. Like
Mhm.
grilling a brisket. Yeah, not sure if that's going to turn out any good.
No. Anyway,
Anyway,
tomorrow.
that was tomorrow, 5 p.m. Super excited. Super
Have you all
excited.
registered?
Preparations are done. We've got a couple of nice things to show. The deck has been finalized.
One side's
Have
missing.
we?
One side's missing. But
One
this is
slide is missing. Okay.
dry run. It's like how is that? The preparation for a symphony. You could join our dry run 10:30 in the morning if you can't make it at 5 o'clock in the
Let us know. Comment dry run. Comment dry run, and then you can join that. No, I think it's going to be good. Think of a couple of questions. Maybe that's a good call to action. Bring a couple of questions that you've always wanted to ask your data and analytics team, but worry that it's going to take him 6 months to prep. Bring that type of question, and we'll test the speed and some of the accuracy of doing that with Gen AI and a knowledge graph. That might be a quite interesting one. Maybe we ask that as an icebreaker, Alex.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Why not?
Let's do it.
Yeah. And if we don't have the right synthetic data model, because again, we can't show this and use this with live customer data, of course, we can at least go back, create synthetic data, and then follow up with exactly, the answer to the question the audience wanted to see.
But what do we have tomorrow? We have travel, e-com, media. We could also come up with the standard ones, supply chain, all that stuff, which is already there. So there's a lot of things that we have.
Yeah, exactly. But again, we could still use that as a follow-up to get the exact question from the audience.
And the follow-up could also to have us in the room and sit down in preparation for signing our contract.
Well, that's why you're the sales guy. Indeed. No, I think I'm excited. I'm very excited. It's been very much eye-opening. I have a ton of use cases that I want to set up with this outside of just the marketing domain, but just to focus on operational efficiency. So yeah, it's going to be a good call. Very much so. And we're going to do an English version soon as well. So if you're listening to this and you don't actually speak German, stay posted. I don't know, whatever.
You're right. This is planned for second week of January, maybe third week, but it's early January. That is the planning. So there will be an English session coming. Absolutely right. Thanks for this little reminder. And then we will be even more professional compared to today, which is almost impossible, but it's even more.
Yeah. No, so I think that's fine.
And one thing we want to discuss. So last week Friday, week Thursday, it was already that we came up with the wrong timing in the configuration, and it showed that we will be live 1 hour later, which is obviously crap. So it's always 4:15 CET time. So nothing's going to change.
Well, that is the question which we wanted to ask. Is 4:15 the time we should do it or not?
True.
Should we do a lunch break? Should we do it, should we do it at 4? Like, is 4:15 the right time? That's
yes.
I think we should still ask the question.
Yeah, true. For the lives, we don't consider recording, to be transparent. Nevertheless, we do consider a Friday session, which is a bit longer, an hour, and which would be available as a podcast to download on Spotify, on whatever podcast platform you have, and also, of course, on YouTube, that you don't miss our faces on that one. So
Spotify has video as well now. It's not actually both.
Okay, that's
But I have a friend who's like big in the podcast game, and he says that YouTube is actually taking over podcasts right now. It's not Spotify so much anymore. Yeah, and he does that for a living. Yeah. Interesting, right?
Well, I do love this video stuff. I'm not so much in just audio only, and I'm struggling to have audible books and just listen to them. So for me, video is super. That's a perfect medium. So now, I think it's logical that they're taking over. Video is now cheap.
Yeah, no. I think it's fine. We use Riverside, right? So I think they do a pretty good job at that. We always have it on brand, right? We see that little, at least on my screen, there's a little logo up in the top. We have, you know, the subtitles automatically created. The only thing, and if somebody from Riverside is watching this, you gotta select the language in the settings, and if you switch, and if I say I'll do a German version now, you like have to do it in the settings. That's, I think, is quite annoying. Like that should just work on the recording itself versus to be in the settings. But whatever.
Isn't that but Google's working similar in Google Meet and transcription? So that seems to be
That is actually true.
complicated with the language
Seems to be,
and the
yeah.
switch.
Yeah.
And for the topics to this sneak preview, we're still waiting for Talon folks to get back. So they said they're going to join. Don't know what's going on. So that could be a really good start with Sam or Christian, someone else. You're invited. Who else could we be invited? What was the other guys we wanted to speak with?
I wanted to speak to ID5, considering they done the acquisition. True. So that, I think, is a quite interesting one.
Identity. One of the hottest topics ever. Identity.
Yeah. That could be a good one.
Yeah.
Let us know who we should be talking to. I think that could also be good. Like maybe there is somebody that we haven't thought of, but I think that's cool. And then we had somebody else. I can't remember.
We had many guys. So.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see who gets back to us. Any hot news from you that you've sort of read over the weekend, or?
No, not so much about the industry, to be honest. I tried to. I'm listening to one of those Audible audiobooks, and the guy says, it's Maxime, it's great. He says, no, Sunday is not related to working. It's like Jesus was telling us, you got to sit down and do nothing. So I don't think about business on a Sunday anymore. That is now, don't ask me anything on Monday. It's a little bit the consequence.
Okay, fair enough. I was reading a couple of articles from CDP World was happening
CDP
recently.
Yes.
Well, it was an interesting take, right? And I think it was focused around treasure data, redefining AI in marketing.
Do they have agentic now?
Everybody. They have super agent now.
Awesome.
So, and I think while, of course, and maybe we also saw the news recently from High Touch that they added their sort of semantic agent layer in the platform. Tejas talked about that in a video on LinkedIn. We saw that too. So I think, while I think all of this is great and is definitely the right way of moving forward, giving everybody in the organization with your tools the sort of best capabilities to use generative AI within those as well. The only sort of problem and concern I have with that is it's still tool-based. It's still within that tool, unless you then start connecting it and have a massive land. Maybe that is the plan, just to connect all these MCPs then together, but the agent can only be as good as whatever data is within treasure data, High Touch, Telium, etc. Like, it will not have more context outside of the data that lives in that system unless you sort of start connecting it. But then also that, I think, again, we've been talking about semantic data now for the last couple of months. It makes sense.
You know what? We should. It is one of the great topics. So we will be covering parts of it during the webinar tomorrow anyway. And we should bring up one slide that we presented in a totally different context in May during the OMR presentation about the MarTech stack and how we think about it. So the audience not necessarily knows what we have in mind when we talk about where the semantic layer needs to sit and how this connects to the broader enterprise IT regulations whatsoever. But now we are sharp on time. That's a good idea to bring that slide up for tomorrow and talk a little bit.
Very good idea, Alex.
Couple of minutes, and maybe even on Wednesday there will be some elements on it. And then, yeah, that's then a good start.
Well, we're still going to do the 15 minutes tomorrow. I still scheduled that in, right? Because the webinar is only at 5 p.m. We're going to do the 15-minute session at 4:15 p.m. CET again. So tune into that. And
good.
Yeah, sounds good, Alex. Fun as always.
Pleasure.
Have a great rest of your day. And we will be in touch.
Same to you.